Javier Cortes. So, reading upon chapter 6 of the book Evil Minds, I've come up with the topic of children growing up in a family. So, we talk about kids learning from the family by being either broken family or being from a unworthy family or poor family and a family that has money and wealth. Unfortunately for the book, it talks about crimes being committed with people done in poverty. So when you read the chapters, it talks about kids doing it in poverty, and it speaks about the situations where kids learn from parental or they learn from outside behavior. Unfortunately, for the studies on that, we have to look into to seeing how some kids learn about the situation. Being brought up in an abusive relationship, they learn from it. So they practice what they preach and learn, and from there, just figure that going with life, they can continue going forward with abusing somebody or committing evil acts, and then from there, continuing on with their life. Some people can get punished for it, and some people don't get caught and continue doing it until it gets out of hand, and from there, crimes continue. So, reading upon the chapter, we look into poverty as being one of the ways that kids grow up not having money, so they try to fit in with society. Trying to fit in with society, they'll try to see somebody doing something and they mimic it. From there, if they have friends that are wealthy, friends that are wealthy sometimes will get a good example would be a pair of sneakers, Air Jordans, perhaps. And from there, little Johnny can't afford Air Jordans, so he will commit a crime and from there get a pair of Jordans. Now, will he feel guilty about it? Maybe for a little bit, but other than that, he will probably forget about it and liking the experience might continue. Doesn't like the experience and has a conscience, then he would stop and not go forward. Now, we also have kids that are perfect upbringing. Mom and dad are home, take good care of them, take them to practice, have them do sports and stuff like that, and they grow up. And sometimes they'll get a niche, something that they watch on TV or something that they heard or seen, and get a feel for it. Once they get a feel for it, then, a good example would be the Natalie Holloway situation where she went on vacation, met a nice gentleman, and unfortunately for her, she remains missing, and unfortunately for him, he lives life now in prison. Other things as well in the situation is you have to put the mental thoughts of certain individuals, disabled children or people that don't understand the difference between reality and make-believe. Some of them are well prepared and protected to where they don't see what they see on TV. Others, unfortunately, see something on TV and from there think it's okay, not realizing that there's a difference between reality and make-believe. Unfortunately for the situation, sometimes you'll have an incident where they'll reenact the make-believe thinking that it's okay, not realizing that something bad had happened. It's a lot of good stuff in the chapter in the book, learning about the race, the gender, male, female, Spanish, African American, Caucasian, Asian, a lot of race, a lot of genders. Unfortunately, you can't look at society, or I'm sorry, you can't look at an individual in a certain way. Unfortunately, it's the way that society is brought up. Unfortunately, the way that we follow it is the way that we go on the situation where we follow what's on TV. People mimic what's on TV. People sometimes learn from upbringings. Some people just get a niche for it. So there really is no way of trying to tell what is what in the situation. But in chapter 6 of the book, loved reading it and learning a lot about it. And from there, hopefully, this helps. Thank you.